The dog shit ass video quality is kind of funny, but I'm sort of tired of it. Oh wait, what's this do?
Huh. Look at that. Hey fellas. It's Cocter, and I'm back today with a re-review of a prop that also looked like shit the first time I reviewed it. I mean, have you seen what it looked like in that review? Oh my god. Anyway, so today I'm going to be doing a re-review of my beloved Grimsli the Great, otherwise known as Degenerates by Creepy Towering Clown. Now, this prop came out in 2017. It was the first, it was really the first of when clowns became a lot more popular as Halloween props. And admittedly, in some years coming, they got a little oversaturated. Like, there were some clowns that were definitely not particularly necessary. As much as I love clowns, they're probably my favorite props, but there were some of them that didn't really need to exist. I'm specifically thinking about things like Big Top, Pesky, that got revealed by Morris. Underworld, we could honestly have done without. Hell, we could have... Honestly, Underworld would have been better if he had Catacomb's head. Because then, also, people wouldn't think that Cuddles is just a mixture of the two. Oh my god, I hate that so much when people think that. It fucking infuriates me. But, anyway, that's off the topic. Yeah, Grimsli here was sort of the start of when they became a lot more popular. He sold really well that year, and for good reason. This is an incredible prop, genuinely. He was, of course, re-released in 2018 with a better speaker and slightly shorter for some reason. He was like an inch or two shorter that year, and then in 2019 also. I don't know why they made him shorter, but 2017 and 18 ones are commonly regarded to be the best because while the 2018 one is a little bit shorter, it still has a really good speaker, better than the 2017 model, which I own. And also the faces on the 2018 ones tended to look a good bit better. Now, in terms of the face mold, I got very lucky on mine. Mine looks really good. Most of the 2017 models especially look like they got hit by a bus. But I got very lucky in that department, so I'm very grateful. He needed a little bit of tweaking when I first got him, but the face looks really good, all things considered. But anyway, he came back in 2019 then. I think he was he still in stores? No, I think he got replaced by Crouchy at that point, yeah. And then, because after that, Crouchy was seen as the big clown to get, which I still don't agree with, because he's worse in literally every way. Except I will admit, to some people, Crouchy can be more intimidating, and I think that's just because of how comically large his head is. But anyway, Grimsli, in my opinion, is infinitely better due mainly to his character. He has one of the best characters I've ever seen in a prop. Yeah, in 2019, they also, I think they used thinner latex in 2019, and the paint jobs tended to be a little bit worse that year. I don't know why, but this guy just degraded in quality as the years came. Like, he had the most drastic changes between years of a prop, really, other than ones that got re-released 5 years later. Like, hell, even Limb Ripper 2017 had less drastic changes from 2012 than 2019 Grimsli compared to 2017 Grimsli. But anyway, usually the 2017 model is the most coveted one, and luckily that's the one that I own. He came from a haunt originally. He was used for a good 4 years in a haunt, and I'm pretty sure they left him on continuous mode most of the time. Fun fact, he actually came from the exact same haunt that my bone collector did. And the person who ran the haunt certainly knew how to take care of his props. Grimsli here is in pretty fantastic shape, all things considered. There's a fair amount of work I've had to do on him. I replaced the pins in his mechanism so that he ran a little bit smoother and he wouldn't kind of jitter around as much, because these towering mechanisms, the ones that the body turns and the head follows, or the opposite, Harvester over there also has that, which I'll get to doing a review of him at a later time. Most of the time, those are not the most steady of things. They tend to be a little twitchy and jittery, and Grimsli is no exception. So essentially what I did is I just replaced the pins in the mechanism with paper clips so that they would jiggle around a lot less. And that worked pretty well. He runs a lot smoother since I did that. I also had to fix up his hair a lot because his hair looked like dog shit when I first got him. Also, Grimsli's clothes, oh my god, they are so temperamental. His jumpsuit is like way too big around the leg area, and I haven't really filled mine to the point where I would be happy with it. As you can sort of tell, there's some parts of his leg that still kind of sag down, but I will definitely fill that out at some point. But yeah, his jumpsuit isn't fantastically designed, especially when you go up to like his side profile. If you don't really get his clothes set right, his neck has a bad tendency. I'll walk up and show. The neck area has a bad tendency to show through here. Unfortunately, I don't really have mine positioned right or the best right now. I'm still kind of working on it. But this is the spine piece that kind of makes his back jut out and looks like he has a hunchback. If you pose it down right, it looks a lot better, and that's what I did for mine. But still, it kind of pokes up around the neck area. I'm planning on covering that up somehow, but I did pin the collar up there. People have devised plans to like replace his neck with like a normal SVI neck instead of the weird hunch down one that he actually has, which personally I don't really think that would look very good. I really like having the hunched over look, and also if that were the case, I don't think the head would actually be able to fit because of how far in the prong is inside of him. It's pretty far down. It's sort of like Wackies and Limb Rippers, where it's really like deep in there. But anyway, yeah, this guy was one of the 3 that I customized the shoes on, thanks to my dear friend, Draws a Lot, who I'll probably add a link to her channel in the description. She doesn't really post anything at all, but still, yeah, she did the shoes on him, Charlie, and Wally. And they were all really good. Charlie's, of course, the paint job is probably my favorite on that, but Grimsli's, I just love how the laces turned out. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people tend to dislike this prop sheerly because, oh, big clown bad, Jemmy good. Like, fuck you, man. It's just an amazing character. It's better, hot take here, but it's better than like half the characters Jemmy could make. Like, I don't know. At least in my opinion, he's better than like half the characters that Jemmy could come up with. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a serious lover of all things Grimsli, and I don't like to think that I'm very biased when it comes to prop age. I tend to like newer stuff more, but my like top favorites are pretty varied. My top 3 are Bone Collector, Grimsli, and then Beheaded Bride over there. So you can tell that I have a pretty varied taste in props. But I hate the people who disliked him because of how popular he was. Like, fuck you. You could make that same argument about so many props. Seriously. Whatever. It just kind of infuriates me to a degree. But anyway, yeah, he's got 3 phrases, one of them being the classic SVI clown laugh track, which his is honestly pretty terrifying. And also, his music, oh my god, it's so good. It's like these really, like, clashing organs. It's fucking, oh my god, it slaps, and it adds so much to his phrases. Not to mention his voice is incredible. That's one of my favorite things about his character, is the voice. Because he sounds so genuinely unhinged. And not in the term where, like, wacky, he's just lost his mind entirely. No, Grimsli just sounds psychotic. He sounds like a danger to be around. And I love it so much. It makes him so fucking scary. Because he essentially just yells. He's so damn loud, and I love it. It's fantastic. Anyway, he has an IR sensor, but it's really bad for some reason. I don't know if that's just a thing with the 2017 ones, but I've tried replacing it in the past. Actually, his IR sensor that he has right now came from my 2021 Flesh Eater. Or my 2020 Flesh Eater, I mean. I replaced it in hopes that his would work better, but no, it still works just as shitty, so I think it's something with Grimsli's actual programming. Which is weird, because, like, Limb Ripper came out the same year, or, you know, remake Limb Ripper, and he has one of the best sensors that out of any prop that I own. I don't know, it's weird. His sensor is kind of dog shit. But whatever, I still love him so much. Also on mine, the base is a little rusty, but it doesn't affect him. He seems like one that would snap, but honestly, considering his leg position, I don't think he will ever snap. And also considering the fact that Seasonal Vision's welding is like really good. Because his weight is sort of dispersed really well. And besides, he has like so many supports on his legs. But anyway, I'll get to activating him now.
I'm starting a new juggling act. I'll need a hand from one of you. And a head. And a foot. Oh, any part will do.
I sort of love the fact that after his phrases are done, the music will continue as he just kind of looks around for a minute. Also, one of my favorite things about him is the fact that instead of a normal towering mechanism by that point, which would be body goes first, head follows, like Harvester over there. For him, his body moves first, and then his head follows along. Like he's kind of searching around, just kind of looking generally. But Grimsli looks like he's genuinely tracking people because of the fact that his head goes first and then his body follows. I don't know why, but it's just such a small detail that adds so much to why this prop is genuinely a masterpiece. Also, if you couldn't tell, he's not nearly as billowingly loud as other SVI props tend to be. He's currently at full volume, and for some reason his speaker isn't fantastic. I'm not going to really replace it because I don't really care to, but because it's still pretty loud, but it does definitely have a good bit more bass than other SVI speakers do, which I'm happy about.
I'm looking for someone to play hide and seek with. You go hide and I'll come find you. Start running!
One of my other favorite things about him as a character is the fact that his mouth opens so wide. Like, it's kind of insane. It adds to how loud and crazed he is, and I absolutely love it. And also due to the fact that his mouth opens so wide, his like entire head will jiggle around if he's laughing a lot like that. It's like, I don't know, it's so fucking cool. I love this prop so goddamn much. I'll run him through a couple of more activations.
I'm starting a new juggling act. I'll need a hand from one of you. And a head. And a foot. Oh, any part will do.
Hello? Did he just kill himself? Alright, I'm just gonna put him on continuous. He doesn't like try me buttons for some reason.
I'm starting a new juggling act. I'll need a hand from one of you. And a head. And a foot. Oh, any part will do.
Also on continuous mode, he's one of the ones that where like he doesn't stop at all because of the fact that he doesn't have a relay switch or anything. So his eyes don't even like flicker between phrases. Oh my god.
I'm starting a new juggling act. I'll need a hand from one of you. And a head. And a foot. Oh, any part will do.
Sorry about that. My dad walked downstairs. Anyway, that's about it to this guy. Definitely find one if you can. He's pretty common. He sold really well all the years that he was sold. In 2020, he definitely started to die down in terms of sales because a lot of the people who were interested in getting him already had him by that point. Also, he was online only. Also, that was like the worst quality year for him. Also, Crouchy. Mainly Crouchy. He's the main reason that killed this guy's sales, honestly. And he's also the main thing that obliterated Wally's sales. I mean, Wally was overpriced to shit to begin with, but Crouchy just made it hit that much harder. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. If I see anybody in the comments saying that this guy sucks because clown bad, then I'm going to murder you. That's not a threat. That is a promise and a guarantee.